Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to learn Atkinson cycle. Now basically this is also engine cycle. In this Atkinson cycle there are four processes. Let us draw the PV and TS diagram for all the four processes. Now on pressure versus volume diagram and on temperature versus entropy diagram we are going to learn this Atkinson cycle. Now here the various processes are, process number 1 is 1 to 2, that is reversible adiabatic compression. It is a reversible adiabatic compression. Reversible adiabatic compression means isentropic compression, entropy remains constant and heat transfer is zero. So let us draw this process. Now let us say this is a 2 and this is a 1. Reversible adiabatic compression from 2 to 1, oh sorry, 1 to 2, 1 to 2 reversible adiabatic compression, that is equation is PV raised to gamma is equal to constant. Now second process is constant volume heat supply, that is 2 to 3. Constant volume, at constant volume heat is supplied, heat supply. Therefore whenever heat is supplied at constant volume, the pressure will increase at constant volume. Therefore 2 to 3 will be like this. 2 to 3 is constant volume process, right? Now after this the third process is, that is 3 to 4, reversible adiabatic expansion. Reversible adiabatic expansion. Therefore from 3 to 4 the gas inside the piston cylinder assembly or the content inside the piston cylinder assembly will expand reversible adiabatically, that is 3 to 4 like this, right? Now the last process number 5, sorry, process number 4, that is 4 to 1, is constant pressure heat rejection. At constant pressure heat is rejected, heat rejection. These are the various four processes on for Atkinson cycle on PV diagram. Therefore from 4 to 1, keeping pressure constant, heat is rejected, right? Therefore this is constant pressure process. And 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic, that is PV raised to gamma is equal to constant. My dear students, let us draw TS diagram for this, temperature versus entropy diagram. Now here 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression, means at constant entropy temperature increases. Therefore 1 to 2 isentropic, constant entropy temperature increases. 2 to 3 constant volume heat supply, therefore at constant volume if heat is supplied, temperature as well as entropy both will increase, which is constant volume heat supply. This is 2 to 3. Then 3 to 4, a reversible adiabatic expansion. So at expansion means temperature decreases at constant entropy. 3 to 4 entropy constant, temperature decreases. And 4 to 1, at constant pressure heat is rejected. Therefore whenever heat is rejected, the temperature will decrease and entropy will decrease at constant pressure, right? Therefore pressure is constant. This is the TS diagram. My dear students, in Otto cycle you have learned that in Otto cycle the first three processes are same, that is 1 to 2 reversible adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 heat supply at constant volume, 3 to 4 reversible adiabatic expansion. But the last process, that is process number 4, in case of Otto cycle the process number 4 is constant volume heat rejection. Constant volume heat rejection, this is the process in case of Otto cycle. Now if I see here Otto cycle, the Otto cycle will look like this, that is here there will be 4 dash, there will be 4 dash. Therefore here I can say the cycle 1 2 3 4 and again 1 is Atkinson cycle, is Atkinson cycle, and the cycle 1 2 3 4 dash is Otto cycle, is Otto cycle. And my dear students, we know that the area enclosed by the cycle is net heat as well as net work, right? The area enclosed by any cycle is net heat as well as net work. Now let us find the area of cycle. So my dear students, can I say here the red color hatching area is the extra area of Atkinson cycle as compared to Otto cycle, right? Here the red color hatching area is extra area of Atkinson cycle as compared to Otto cycle. Hence the area enclosed by cycle is the net work. Therefore W net for Atkinson cycle, for Atkinson cycle we can say is more than W net for Otto cycle. and it is more by shaded area that we have seen, right? And my dear students, here 2 to 3 is heat supply, and efficiency of any cycle is nothing but net work output divided by heat supply. And here 2 to 3 process, which is heat supply process, right, constant volume heat supply process, is same for both Otto as well as Atkinson cycle. Therefore, as here W net is more for Atkinson cycle and heat supply is same for both cycle, therefore we can say efficiency of Atkinson cycle is more than efficiency of Otto cycle, right? But my dear students, for Otto cycle the heat rejection is at constant volume, that is 4 dash to 1, and for Atkinson cycle the heat rejection is at constant pressure, that is 4 to 1. And to make this constant volume process into constant pressure process, we need toggle joint, right? We need toggle joint to convert this constant volume process into constant pressure process. And my dear students, this toggle joint runs in guideways. This runs in guideways, and where there is excessive friction in guideways, whenever this toggle joint is moving, there is a excessive friction, and because of this toggle joint always fails. There will be a failure of this joint because of excessive friction. Hence, this Atkinson cycle is not practically successful cycle. So that's why we are using Otto cycle for practical purpose. Now let us find the efficiency of this Atkinson cycle. So for this we have to do the analysis of all the processes. Let us say the first process, that is process number 1 to 2, is reversible adiabatic compression. Therefore the equation of this process is T2 divided by T1 is equal to P2 divided by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to V1 divided by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. And my dear students, this V1 divided by V2, that is volume at the start of compression divided by volume at the end of compression, is called compression ratio RK, which is equal to RK raised to gamma minus 1. From this we can say this T2 is equal to T1 into RK raised to gamma minus 1, RK raised to gamma minus 1. Let us say this is our first equation. Now second process, that is process 2 to 3, is constant volume process. So for this process, at constant volume heat supply is equal to mCV. For constant volume process we have to use specific heat at constant volume into temperature difference, that is T3 minus T2. This is the heat supply during the process. Let us say equation number 2. And for constant volume, if volume is constant, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. From this we can write T3 divided by T2 is equal to P3 divided by P2. Therefore, now we can write here again this T3 is equal to T2 into P3 divided by P2, and T2 is nothing but from equation number 1, T2 is T1 into RK raised to gamma minus 1 into P3 divided by P2. This is how we can write temperature T3, right? Now next process number 3 is, that is 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic expansion. Therefore for this process we can write T3 divided by T4 is equal to P3 divided by P4 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to V4 divided by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. And this V4 divided by V3 is nothing but volume at the end of expansion divided by volume at the start of expansion, is expansion ratio RE. Therefore this T3 divided by T4 is equal to RE power gamma minus 1. Therefore from this we can write T4 is equal to T3 divided by RE power gamma minus 1. And therefore this T4 is equal to, from equation number, let us say 3, let us say this T3 equation is equation number 3, equation number 3. From this equation number 3, put the value of T3, which is nothing but T1 into RK power gamma minus 1 into P3 divided by P2 whole divided by RE power gamma minus 1. This is the equation number 4, right? Now next last process number 4 is, that is 4 to 1 constant pressure heat rejection. Therefore at constant pressure heat is rejected, therefore heat rejected during this process is equal to mCp T4 minus T1. For constant pressure processes we have to use specific heat at constant pressure, therefore it is mCp T4 minus T1. This is the equation number 5. So my dear students, efficiency for any cycle is nothing but, let us find the efficiency. Efficiency for any cycle is nothing but 1 minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied, that already we have seen. Efficiency of thermal of this Atkinson cycle is equal to 1 minus heat rejected divided by heat supply, which is nothing but 1 minus heat rejected heat rejected from the equation 5 is mcp T4 minus T1, mcp T4 minus T1. The heat supplied from the equation number 2 is mcv T3 minus T2, mcv T3 minus T2. So here mass will get cancelled, and we know that this ratio of specific heat, this Cp divided by Cv is gamma. Therefore put here, therefore efficient thermal is equal to 1 minus gamma into T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. This is the efficient thermal of Atkinson cycle. And my dear students, if we replace this T4, T3, T2 in terms of T1, that is T4 from equation 4, T3 from equation number 3, and T2 from equation number 1, replace them and put here, then you will find the efficiency formula as, remember this efficiency formula, or simply put T4, T3 and T2, you will find the result as this efficient thermal of Atkinson cycle is equal to 1 minus gamma into Re minus Rk divided by Re power gamma minus Rk power gamma, where Re is expansion ratio and Rk is compression ratio. That means efficient thermal of this Atkinson cycle is a function of adiabatic index gamma, expansion ratio and compression ratio. Thank you dear students. In next lecture we will see swept volume flow rate.